Hello everybody, and welcome back. My name is Curseof, and welcome back to another video on curseof Yugioh. I want to say a big thanks to everybody who's been showing so much support. I'm honestly getting a lot more views than I expected. But if any of you who are viewing this video right now has enjoyed the last two videos or is enjoying this one, I highly recommend hitting that subscribe button and hitting the like button as well. Both of it helps support me a lot and is greatly appreciated and makes me want to keep on doing this. And I'm having a lot of fun, so I like to keep on doing it. But anyway, as I'm sure you guys can tell from the title and the thumbnail, today we're going to be having a discussion about the standard extra deck for Yu-Gi-Oh! Before we do get into the discussion, I want you guys to actually comment down below what you guys want to see on Tuesday for my next video. The two videos I'm thinking of right now is talking about 20 important card interactions to know for speed duels, or the top 5 side deck cards for speed duels. Whatever one of those you guys think would be more interesting to watch, to listen to see, or whatever. Yeah, leave it in the comments and I will decide based on that what I'm going to do. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to cut. We're going to go down to the mat and we're going to start talking with the cards. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Hello everybody and welcome to the mat. So last time I did obviously use a Imperium Duelist mat, 2-player mat, very pretty mat, like it a lot. But I thought, hey, it's a speed duel channel, maybe I should stick to the good old speed duel mats. So I pulled out my nice classic speed duel mat here. None of the special ones, just a nice classic one here. And yeah, I have the standard extra deck that is used for at least all of my decks, what I believe should be the standard extra deck, and we are going to go ahead and go through each card and talk about them. So the first card that is honestly the best extra deck card as of current is Arcana Knight Joker. So Arcana Knight Joker is the big standard boy. He has a effect that reads, obviously a fusion of Queen's Knight, King's Knight, and Jack's Knight. That's going to be irrelevant though for the standard deck. But he has an effect that reads, a fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above fusion materials. Once per turn, when a spell / trap or monster effect is activated that targets this face-up card in the field, quick effect, you can discard the same type of card, monster, spell, or trap, and negate the effect. So he's protected from monster effects, spell effects, and trap effects, so you don't have to worry about getting hit with Parasite Paranoid, or a Spellbinding Circle being used on you, or someone turning you into an insect monster. Actually, no, that's not true. That's not a target effect. But, yeah, so he has a lot of protection against target effects, which is definitely very meta-relevant, especially with the insects coming out. And because he's so good, we actually run him at 2 in the extra deck here. So he's the extra deck's real big boy, big strong boy. And as I mentioned before earlier, the fusion materials for these monsters do not matter. And the reason the fusion materials do not matter is because of a really cute little trap known as Waking the Dragons. And I'm actually going to see if I can grab this one over here, if my headphones will allow me to stretch. They did allow me to stretch. So thanks to this bad boy right here, Waking the Dragons, I'll bring him up closer, we actually don't have to worry about the fusion materials for any of these fusion monsters, as if anyone pops this back row card, you're going to be able to summon any of these boys. So we'll put Waking the Dragons over here. Cute little card. So the next card that we run in here is our next flex, and that is 2 copies of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. So Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, obviously you're just running him because he is a big 4,500 attack point beater. You really can't go wrong with 4,500 attack points. And yeah, it's literally just that big beat stick. There's no monster stronger than him in the current with the current card pool in the current format. So if you get him out, they're gonna have to out it with other means because they're not going to attack over it unless they start with a lot of equip cards, which would be, I mean, if you have a lot of equip cards like that, you're probably not running a very good deck. But yeah, so you run 2 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I've seen a lot of people run 1 Ultimate and 1 Meteor Black Dragon, but personally, I don't see much of a point in running Meteor Black Dragon. Reason being, it's just a non-effect monster that's weaker than the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and because of that, I really don't see much of a point in running him, unless you're scared of Ally of Justice Core Destroyer. But if you're scared of Core Destroyer, then I mean, I don't know anyone who uses Core Destroyer in the current format, so I don't see why you would be. So I'd recommend running 2 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons. Chances are you actually won't even summon more than 1, because you're going to be running Waking the Dragons, and usually only run 1 copy of that. But regardless, 2 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons. The next monster that I do like to run is the Ryu Senshi. A very, very good card. I actually don't have a second one on me. I didn't really think about the fact to bring a second one to be able to read the effect, so I will pick it up here real quickly. So, a fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above fusion materials, which are irrelevant. When a normal trap is activated, quick effect, you can pay 1,000 life points to negate the effect. This card must be face up on the field to activate and to resolve this effect. Negate the effects of any spell cards that target this card and destroy it. So, what makes him a little bit better than Arcanonite Joker in certain circumstances, that he can just have a cost of 1,000 life points, and he can negate any normal trap card that is used. So if you're playing against a stall deck that's using a lot of, obviously, cards like Windstorm of Ataqua, or Kunai with Chain, or Spellbinding Circle, you can pay 1,000 and actually negate that. So he's definitely probably the strongest one here for the stall matchup, and yeah, because of that, he's definitely a good card to run. I think he's only necessary at 1 of. Some people might argue and run 2 of him. If there was a bump up a card to 2 over Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, it would be him. But 2 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons is just a little bit more of a flex because they're ultra rares. Then we have our final card, which isn't a flex because it's a common, but we have Alligator Sword Dragon. So the reason you run Alligator Sword Dragon is due to the fact that it can attack directly if the only face-up monsters your opponent has are Earth, Water, or Fire type monsters. So this obviously won't come up, probably not super often, because I mean your opponent needs to have low enough life points. You need to be confident that you can swing in without running into any defensive traps, and you also need to be confident that if they do pop Waking the Dragons on their turn, that your Alligator Sword Dragon can survive until next turn. So it's definitely the weakest of the bunch, but there is circumstances that it can come up to just win you games. Another thing I would like to talk about is I've seen mentioned before by some people that Arcanonite Joker and Ryu Senshi can't be summoned off of Waking the Dragons because it says a fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above fusion materials. So while this is true, a fusion summon can only be done with the above fusion materials. If you do actually read Waking the Dragons states that the summon is a special summon, not a fusion summon. So although these 2 cards do have hard fusion summon requirements, they do not have hard special summon requirements. Therefore, they are still able to be summoned off Waking the Dragons without issue. So this was a bit of a shorter video. I didn't actually have anything planned, and I did want to have a video out in... What is my watch saying what time it is? It is not that time. My watch is very incorrect. But regardless, I did want to have a video out in like 30 minutes from now, I think it is. Obviously that's not going to happen, but I will have it out a little bit late, that's all. So I just thought I'd talk about, you know, the standard deck, standard extra deck, and why you do run this standard. Obviously, if you're playing a deck that is meant to fusion summon something here specifically, like maybe you're running a deck that goes into Alligator Sword Dragon for some unknown reason, then you're probably going to run multiples of Alligator Sword Dragon since your deck does focus on that. But if you're running a deck that doesn't actually go into any fusion monsters, but you do run Waking the Dragons, then this is your standard deck. This is what you're going to want to be able to see with Waking the Dragons. And if you don't run Waking the Dragons, still recommended that you run an extra deck just so your opponent doesn't see, well, he doesn't have an extra deck. Probably not running Waking the Dragons. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did, and I'll catch you guys all on Tuesday. That's a wrap. Peace out.